today my experiment name is Melde experiment. The aim of the experiment is the frequency of transversal mode of vibration and longitudinal mode of vibration, and hence they are to determine the frequency of the AC means. Apparatus explain will be my friend.
He is telling the apparatus for Melde's experiment. We will be having a Melde's electrical vibrator. We will be having Melde's electrical vibrator, and we will be having a fine thread. And since along with this thread, we will be having a weighing scale pan, and in this pan we can put already predetermined weights that we can put. That concludes the apparatus for Melde's experiment. Now we will be dealing with the theory part. When we turn on the apparatus, there are waves are being formed on this fine thread. The thread is being held up by a tension that we are generating on a scale pan that we attached through the end of the thread, and through this tension there is this electrical motor that produces sound waves, and to that waves there is a reflection from that end when we get a reflecting wave, and these two waves combine to form a standing wave pattern. As we can see, there is a slight standing wave pattern on this transverse here in this transverse mode, and due to this tension there is a standing wave that is being formed. A few equations there are two modes in this electrical vibrator, and in this Melde's apparatus there are mainly transverse mode and longitudinal. The first one is transverse mode. Where we set the electrical vibrator on the same axis as the string, and the waves are being formed. And there is also a case of longitudinal. There is also longitudinal mode, where we kept the vibrator as if it is perpendicular to the frame of rotation, and we get a wave like this. This is a standing wave pattern, which is much like this. And in this way there are two equations which we have. Okay, in this transverse mode, to find the frequency we have an equation that is 1 by 2L root T by mu. And in the case of longitudinal wave, the equation is a little bit different, which is F is equal to root 1 by L of T by mu, where T is the tension, mu is the mass per length of the wire, and it will already be given, and L is the length between two successive nodes.
This is transversal wave. Thread will be in the same axis, and transversal wave. This is transversal wave. This apparatus on the same axis. This is transversal mode. We will kept the thread on state. Then we can switch on that. Then we can be defined as nodes. I will keep the scale. I will measure the next node. We will take in the measurement. We will add weight 10, 20. In the measurement, we will add 10 grams, 20 grams, 30 grams, up to till we will add 50 grams.
So for the next mode, we have to take longitudinal mode. For that, we will be shifting the apparatus. As I shown in the board earlier, we will be shifting the apparatus to a perpendicular direction. Where we kept the thread, we will be keeping the axis of the apparatus in this direction, and we will be keeping the thread in the 90-degree perpendicular direction. And I will turn on the apparatus. Then you can see there is a longitudinal wave which is going like this till here. And the same procedure what we did earlier for the transverse wave. We will find the node, we will take the scale in this direction, mark the node with each chalk pieces, and this distance between the two consecutive nodes will be our L, small letter L. We will substitute in the equation and we will find out the frequency. We have to keep doing it for different weights, starting from 10, 20, 30, 40 up to 50. This is the model tabular column for transverse mode as well as longitudinal mode. You can see we have written the equation on the tabular column in the end for frequency, and you can see the changes in frequency. There is a slight changes due to the error done by the experimenters, likely us. And the importance of this experiment is that using a simple apparatus like Melde's apparatus, like just an electric vibrator and a fine thread and some weights, we can find the frequency of the AC main. And the principle we are using is the standing wave pattern formed by a string that is closed on both ends. And this concludes our experiment, and thank you.
Thank you.